Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, your new pal McFlurnex here, and I know I did not put the Nintendo Recap E3 video up. I'm not planning on to. I'm not gonna make that. I'm sorry. Maybe next year, but it wouldn't make sense. It should have went up yesterday, or actually on It should have went up on Tuesday, or at least yesterday, but it didn't. So we're just not gonna do it. But as of right now, um, I'm sitting here and I popped two questions in JC Backfire's Discord channel. One, what are some maps you would like to see in BO4 be remastered, and what are some that you would like not to be remastered? There is one that some people hoped would be remastered, and some that people would also hope not be remastered because it's trash. And it kind of tore me with which one they said shouldn't be remastered because I thought a lot of people would say the fourth option. So there are already two remastered maps in Black Ops 4 for zombies, and that is 5 from Black Ops 1. It's called Classified, and you're going to be playing as the Ultimus crew, which is the original Richtofen, Dempsey, Takio, and Nikolai. And if you don't know who the original ones of them are, they're from Black Ops 1. And then, of course, Mob of the Dead, which is going to be called Blood of the Dead. And you get to play as Primus, which is the versions of Rigtoff and Takio, Dempsey, and Nikolai that you played as in BO3, as in the maps of Origins, Gorod, Kirby, Duraz, Drak, and Revelations. And Zetsubo. I'm sorry, I forgot about Zetsubo. I totally forgot about Zetsubo Noshima. I'm sorry. But now, I did say Origins in BO3, it's because it was remastered in there, but they were first introduced in Black Ops 2 in Origins. Now, I think another great thing that would be worth mentioning is that some of these maps that should be remastered honestly should. At least one of these for sure. Two of these actually for sure, and then the other two, and then the other ones, they're like a possibility, a theory that somebody came up with. And they mentioned just one map, and that was Shadows of Evil. And this was not mentioned in the Discord, although it was, but I think it was more of a joke that they said Shadows of Evil. But that kind of opened up my mind, like, if they do remaster since this person said Shadows of Evil, they did technically do this with Der Riese. Der Riese was introduced in Call of Duty World at War in DLC Map Pack 3. We do know that DLC Map Pack 4 for World at War should have contained another Zombies map, but they decided to scrap it and leave it for Black Ops 1. Rumors have it that it was Kino, but somebody said that was debunked. And I think in the panel that they had yesterday, Blundell said that it was scrapped and used in Black Ops 1's DLC 1, and that would have been Ascension. So I can't remember if the map that was supposed to come in DLC 4 of World at War, if that was I'm leaning more towards the Kino one. So whoever said Kino was DLC 4 for World at War, and they said that was debunked, I'm thinking they're lying. Because I don't think they would have Ascension and then Kino, because it technically went in the timeline Der Riese, then Kino, and then Ascension. That's technically how it went in the timeline of just playing the maps and how they came out as well. So I'm thinking Kino the Turton was supposed to be in World at War, but it wasn't. But then Der Riese was remastered in Black Ops 1, a game that came out just 2 years after, because 2009 was Modern Warfare 2, and in 2010 was Black Ops 1, and 2008 was World at War. And of course, Der Riese was in World at War, and then it appeared in Black Ops 1. It was gone for the longest time because it wasn't there in 2012 when Black Ops 2 came out, but it was there in Black Ops 3. Excuse me, by the way. So, let me just real quick say maps we don't want remastered. We don't want Der Riese remastered for a third goddamn time. We don't want Die Rise, and that's the map I was talking about that people were talking about how they want it remastered at the same time. And then all the maps that were remastered in Zombie Chronicles for Black Ops 3. We don't want to see those. And that would also include Der Riese because it was remastered in Black Ops 3, like I said, as the Giant. Now let's keep talking about how Shadows of Evil, Duraz Drak, Gorod Krovi, Zetsubo Noshima, and possibly Revelations could possibly be remastered. And the reason for this is, like I said, Der Riese was remastered in Black Ops 1, and then it came back in Black Ops 3. It came out in the next installment, from World at War to Black Ops 1. That's literally how it came out. It came out World at War, then of course Infinity Ward's games, and then Sheriff's next game after World at War would have been Black Ops 1, and it had Der Riese in it. So, I'm thinking Shadows of Evil, Shadows of Evil, Zetsubo no Shima, and Revelations have a 30 to 70% chance of being added back into BO4. They weren't fan favorites, but however, a lot of people loved Horizon's Rock and a lot of people loved Goron Trophy. So both those maps could be a 50-50 chance on those returning in Black Ops 4. But more than likely, it's just a 10% chance that they return, and the other 3 is a 5% chance. We don't know. But I would love it if they added in every single zombie map in zombie history into this game, counting Dead Ops Arcade 1 and 2. I would also love to see a Dead Ops Arcade 3. I think that was something that we wish that it went Dead Ops Arcade 1 in Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 had Dead Ops Arcade 2, and BO3 had Dead Ops Arcade 3. I think that would have just been great. You would have had a little trilogy. But however they want to do Dead Ops Arcade, they can do it. If they want to bring both those maps back into BO4, I'm fine with that. This is like a final goodbye to the Black Ops series. I'll talk more about that in another video. But let's talk about the remastered maps that we do hope for. The 4 that we hope for that are from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. The one from Black Ops 1 that we hope for is Call of the Dead. I hope that that is added back in. That is my favorite Call of Duty map, Call of Duty zombie map of all time. It is honestly one of my favorite. I forgot there is actually one more map in Black Ops 2, so there is actually 4 maps that should be remastered from Black Ops 2. The 4th one, not a lot of people want, but I think it could happen. So let's talk about Call of the Dead for a little bit. So, as we see, it would be great to have that because last year, George Romero, a director and just an iconic person in the horror film genre, died. And he was in Call of the Dead. If you don't remember George Romero, if you shot him, he had the spotlight. He was like the boss of the map. And he'd be running around, like walking around the entire time from round 1 till you died. If you shot him, he would get pissed and start running and charging after you. And if you jumped into the icy cold water, he would, of course, slow down and go back to where his walking slow pace was. He was also kind of a fucking asshole because he could block the way and fucking murk you, and a bunch of zombies could murk you from behind. So you were kind of fucked in the end. But if you're playing it solo, you would definitely be fucked. Because if he blocked the way, you'd go down from him. You'd be sitting there on quick revive, get up, and you can't get back. And you can't move because he's in front of you and the zombies are piling up behind you and walking away. But then they just come running at you from behind. And he just slashes you down and kills you. So it was kind of an asshole in the game. But I mean, that's okay. That's okay. We kind of need assholes in the zombies mode. I mean, in a way, Ultimus Rigtoffen is an asshole. In a way that Primus Dempsey is an asshole. Sometimes, like he was an asshole at least. Dr. Monty is the asshole of them all. Him and the Shadow Man. Those two are the assholes of the zombie storyline, in my opinion. But I think it'd be great if in Call of the Dead you did not play as the original crew, and which the original crew, I don't remember all their names, but you had the guy that, Danny Trio? I probably just fucked up his name. But he played as Machete in the movie Machete. And then there was some guy from a biker movie. I can't remember his name. I cannot remember any of their names. I'll just say the movies that they were in. So then there was the biker guy who was in a biker movie. Wow, that's very fucking descriptive, McFlurry Nuggets. I don't know, guys. And then there was, of course, Robert Englund. I remember his name because I love Nightmare on Elm Street. If you don't know who Robert Englund is, he played as Freddy Krueger in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And then, of course, there was... her first name is Sarah. I can't remember, but she played as Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Anyways, those 4, the crew from Call of the Dead. What if we don't play as them? If they remaster Call of the Dead, let's not play as them. And here's why. Let's add Avenged Sevenfold instead. I would like that more than playing as the original crew from Call of the Dead, because Avenged Sevenfold deserves to be in zombies. They deserve it. They made a cameo at the end of Black Ops 2. They did the song Carry On, and Sergeant Frank Woods was their drummer. They did Not Ready to Die as an Easter egg song for Call of the Dead. Not only that, but for Origins, their song Shepherd of Fire was in the intro. And it was an Easter egg song for it as well. Not only that, they did almost every song for Black Ops 3. if you played multiplayer, if you ranked up in match, the little guitar riff that would happen would be from them. The guitar riff that would play, like, okay, so when you're getting near the end of the game and the music intensifies, that's them. They also did Jade Helm, which is like some music thing that they did, instrumental thing for Black Ops 3 that you could pick in the loading music, or your waiting music when you're in a lobby. What else did they do? Oh, they had Nightmare. Their song Nightmare is an Easter egg song in Moon. They've just been a part of the Call of Duty franchise for the longest time, since 2010 at least. So for about 8 years now. And they're making a song currently for Black Ops 4. I think that is great, and we're going to hear it in July. But I think that would be great if you played as them. If you don't play as them, I would love it where, just for the shits and giggles, Blundell makes a map and you play as Avenged Sevenfold. Like, it could be they could name it Bat Country. And they put the song Bat Country in it as an Easter egg song, or for the intro, because I think that'd be great. Like, make a map called Bat Country for Avenged Sevenfold, and, like, you play as Avenged Sevenfold. That would just be amazing. Or you play in Hell, the depths of Hell, and you have to fight the Death Bat at the very end as the boss battle, and you're playing as Avenged Sevenfold. I think that'd be great. But now let's move on to the 4 Black Ops 2 maps that should be remastered. Oh, and before I move on to those maps, let me just say, if you don't think that they would do that, just look at 5. It's being remastered, and it's going to be called Classified, and you play as the Ultimus crew. Look at Mob of the Dead. It's being remastered and called Blood of the Dead, and you play as the Premise crew. You don't play as the original crews from those maps. So that's why I think it'd be pretty good if Avenged Sevenfold was added in to Call of the Dead, if it's remastered. Now, let's look at the 4 Black Ops 2 maps that should be remastered. First one being Transit. And I honestly thought a lot of people would say Transit should not be remastered, but no one said it in the Discord. Some people said Die Rise, and then JC came in and said Die Rise is trash, and he did not say anything after that. And a bunch of people were saying, yeah, we don't want Die Rise remastered because it's trash. It's a broken map. And here's the thing about it. I think Blundell could change Transit and Die Rise and make them good. Zelensky, they weren't that good under Zelensky. I mean, I still played them, don't get me wrong, but I think it'd be great if Blundell remastered them. And then, of course, Buried. People would love to see Buried remastered. I personally would love to see Buried remastered. I have so many great memories on there. And in my opinion, I would be playing that. If that came out, I would wait until August 18th. And I would play that map on August 18th every year. The reason why is because my best friend Tyler, he died on August 18th. And that was his favorite Zombies map of all time. Buried was his favorite Zombies map. Origins would be his second. We would play Origins and Buried all the damn time. More of Buried, but he just loved Buried to death. So I would love a Buried remastered because I would replay that map over and over and over, and I would play it with Seth and Zach and Will and just anybody that knew Tyler. I would play that remastered map over and over. I would go to some friend's house. If they were good friends with Tyler, and they knew that he loved that map, and they had that map on BO4, and they bought that DLC pack that had it, I would go to their house and split screen with them. I would not fucking complain about the split screen if it's shit. Like if it's too small to see your ammo, I would still play it just for him. And then of course some people, which I find quite odd, I would not really like this map to be remastered, but I think it'd still be good because it was part of the zombie storyline in a way. Nuketown Zombies. Personally, I would not like that remastered, but some people do. Of course, then some people would like to see. I didn't add them on this list, but some people would like to see Town or Farm or the Diner remastered. Now, if they did do Town or Farm, I would be fine with that. I'd play more Town than Farm, to be honest. But if they did remaster the Diner, they'd have to put Turned back into the game. They'd have to put Turned back into Black Ops, because that was the only time that you could play at the Diner and only the Diner in Transit, is if you played on Turned. But there was another map that I'm pretty sure people would like to see remastered that was kind of like Town and all of them, but it's just, I don't think it would happen. Oh, No, I'm going off sidetracked. I'm sorry. There's a thing in Blackout where, and which I'll talk more about this. Diner from Transit. There's a rumors that it's going to be in the Blackout mode and it's going to be on that Blackout map. I'm going to talk more about that in a later video as well. So, anyways, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below which map out of the ones that I listed you would like to see remastered. I'll rename them again: Call of the Dead. And please comment down below if you do want Call of the Dead, if you would want it with Avenged Sevenfold as the crew, or if you would want it with the original crew. Then there was Die Rise, Transit, Buried, Nuketown, Town, and Farm, and then Diner. And then, of course, comment if you would like to see Horizon Drop Gorod, Krovi, Shadows of Evil, Zetsubo no Shima, or Revelations return BO4, even though they more than likely won't. But just comment down below if you would like to see those return, because, I mean, we saw that before, where in the previous title, a map had returned. Doris was that example. And then if you do want to see Doris or any map from the Zombie Chronicles return, comment that down below. But personally, I would not want to see any of them return because they've already been in the games. They've already been remastered before. So yeah, guys, I'm going to end it off. Once again, my all-time favorite map is Call of the Dead, and the two maps I would for sure want remastered are Buried and Call of the Dead, and I would like in Call of the Dead for us to play as Avenged Sevenfold. So, thank you guys. See ya.